Hello, friends, and welcome. Today we're going to paint some toy soldiers, just like we do every day. Good evening, the Gruffalo. Good evening, Ralak. All right, how do we want to approach this model, Deno? This is his base. I just whipped this up yesterday. Just a little something I knocked over yesterday. It's an interesting base. So I think we'll go with red. Vampire Diorama is good. We're waiting on one model, and then once I've got that one model, I've probably got a couple of hours of sculpting and stuff. And then the one thing that's holding me back more than anything else is the wiring of the LEDs. But um, future trends problem. That's what I probably should have done in the last few weeks. Is spent that time wiring LEDs. But I'm just excited to paint at the moment, so I don't think I should avoid painting when I'm feeling that way. If you know what I mean. There it is. Yeah, I think we'll do that. G'day, Tucker. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen a picture of it. This is the latest picture update. You're the fire and the flood, and I always feel you in my blood. Everything is wrong when your head standing next to mine. That's the latest update. So it's actually pretty little further progressed since that, but yep. I am just excited about painting this model. I have no plans. does a bit. Mm. So I watched the third episode of She-Hulk last night. It was pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'm as invested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as I once was. And I've been trying to ascertain why, because I don't think any of their recent projects have been um, poor or uninteresting or anything like that. I think they've been awesome. But I haven't seen Thor Love and Thunder yet. And Deno from a couple of years ago would have seen that day one. So I wonder why that is. It's coming out next week on the thing. Yeah, that's probably a big part of it, mate. Just too much. Yeah, Tatiana's good. Yeah, there's absolutely no part of um, She-Hulk that's bad so far. My girlfriend's not a massive fan of the breaking the fourth wall elements, but My Tuesday night gaming group. We managed to get Oathsworn into the Deepwood, into the table on Tuesday night. Which was very cool. I'm playing it concurrently with two groups. Which makes it a little difficult. So I have to switch between all of the items and stuff every couple of days. With the Tuesday night group, I'm actually not playing it. G'day, Jet. Unless we have one player drop out, and it's only ever one player. It's only Koki if he drops out, because he and I are the ones playing it in the other campaign. So but it's good. Yeah, it's very good. What I've been most surprised at. So I'm normally a really rules focused. I want to understand the nuts and the bolts of the mechanics, and then figure out the optimal way to play based on understanding that from my background of competitive wargaming. So, but Oathsworn, I've enjoyed the encounter parts, and I think I will enjoy them more on a second playthrough. But the story's been really, really good, really well written, really interesting storytelling, and it's actually been the part I look forward to the most is the story. So if you are contemplating getting in the next Kickstart, which I think is will actually be this month. Can't remember. I haven't followed it too closely. Yeah, we're at chapter 5 of 21. We're about to play 2 more chapters today. It's yeah, really worthwhile at the moment. And I don't foresee that changing. I think it's only going to continue to improve and get more interesting. Contemplating doing true metallics for my vampire diorama. G'day SG0100. Come on, sucker, lick my battery. Boogie. Boo boo boogie. Boogie. Once again, without emotion, the humans are Daryl. Six busts. Get in. It's not printed SG01001. It's from Limbo Miniatures. I do think they actually sold STLs maybe in their last Kickstarter. So you might be able to get a print of this, I'm not sure. So the company's Limbo Miniatures. Yeah, I think it actually was Eternal War. This one came out. Yeah, Limbo have done a couple of Kickstarters, and in all of them they've been for a game, and but they've also released all the figures that they sculpted for the game um, as 75mm figures, and they're super cool. Super cool. Hey, Top. Things are well. How are you? How are you and you? Beautiful wordplay from the big dog. Yep. I've heard it does that. I've witnessed it a little bit myself, but quite like Seattle. It's the only American city I've ever been to that reminded me of home a little bit. Just the city itself and the area, I guess. You know, just driving around because we stayed in Bellevue, which was where the convention was. But yeah, we obviously went down to the city a couple of times to check it out. So um, yeah, Bellevue, the city was cool. Sorry, Bellevue was cool. Um, but the city was awesome. Yeah, there's certainly more lakes than what I'm used to, but no, more the city itself. Just the vibe seemed pretty cool. Yeah, that's sort of how Brisbane feels. So this will be probably relevant for Topulus more than anyone else, but we will be very fortunate in the next few weeks to have another judging live stream hosted on here. And this one is the Kingdom Death Discord mini painting competition. Which will be hosted by yours truly and given credibility by Christoph Kabelchek. Whom, if you are not aware, is Red Ave miniature painter. Possibly one of the greatest miniature painters in the world. And we will be live streaming the judging of some elements of the figures entered into the pinup. This stream, mate, this stream will often get stories and fun things, but I don't play music normally. I am available for singing if you'd like to pay points. I do sing, but no, unfortunately, I'm not here to provide an entertaining Twitch channel. I'm here to paint miniatures. Hopefully be able to share some learning if people would like to hear it. Thanks, Top. What can I sing for you, buddy? And if only could make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. If only could. That song was in my head for fucking weeks. If that goes back in there, I will kill you. Absolutely, I will kill you. Anyway, the intent for the judging stream is to spend a little bit of time with every entry. That's a lot of entries. That's a lot of entries. 117. So I'm not sure how we're going to go, or what we're going to end up doing. One of the ideas I tossed up, because the good the challenge with the live stream is actually not so much the stream itself, but it's aligning the time zones for myself and Christoph, because he is in Poland and I am in Australia. And for example, right now in Poland, which it's 8 a.m. for me, in Poland I think it's about midnight. I would hazard a guess it's midnight. If my time zones are accurate, or it might even be like 11 o'clock. And so this time slot's obviously no good. So we're going to do night time for me, morning for Red Ave, Christoph, and that way we can go for a decent chunk of time. However, I don't want to waste Christoph's entire weekend, because he has a family. I have no family or life or anything other than miniature painting. So I will be trying to go forever So I tossed up a couple of possibilities, and one of them was I might see if Bucks is interested in judging the beginner category with myself. Regular on this stream, young Andrew. And so if we get Bucks and I to judge the beginner category, and then myself and Christoph can judge the intermediate and master categories. That will just eliminate some of the time. Which could be good. And then the other option that I tossed up was doing a little bit of pre-judging work. So actually judging the figures into some semblance of categories before we bring them to the stream. So, bracket them into, here are metal-worthy entries, potentially. Here are some entries that need further work. And then separate each of them on the stream. So I think we're going to do all of those things in an effort to make the stream watchable. Because I don't want to spend, 9 hours judging. See, nobody got time for that. We'll see. I think the important thing is that everyone's entered something and everyone deserves a little bit of time spent on their piece from the judges. Otherwise, what's the point in doing it live, So we've got to try and find the balance between making it worthwhile in terms of feedback, not spending 14 hours out of my life helping other people be better painters while I'm fucking plotting over here. Just doing my best to try and be better. Just fucking plotting. If only could I make a deal with God, get him to swap our places, be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. I'm fucked, mate. That's going to be there for the next month again. Why is my focus struggling so much? Let's switch you to manual focus, shall we? Indeed. Anywhere, go where you are. Hey, g'day Al. So I'm not sure what's happened in the last few months, but I feel like I've gotten worse at non-metallic metal. I feel like I reached a point where I was feeling pretty good about how I would approach it, and now I feel like I've gone backwards. And I say that after going to Queensland Model Hobby Expo with the great people of Stonebeard Miniatures, Team Stonebeard. And seeing their wonderful works in the flesh. Just feel like they got me covered at the moment. They got me covered. So I've got to find something. Got to find something in the tank. Iceworn was indeed true metallic metal. It was a wonderful experience. Yeah, look, it's yeah. I'm confident that I know why I've lost all of my skills. Exactly what you've just described. Plus, there's certainly been not as much focus from me on improvement. I've just been focusing on painting for fun and enjoying the experience, which is good, and I value that. But I think I have to temper my enjoyment to try and get better, so that I can be better than all of those fuckers in Team Stonebeard, because it would just not be acceptable for them to be better than me. I shan't be having it. Or for this piece, or in general? It's an interesting technical question, and I think that is a part of it. Yes, potentially a large part of it. Just because it's easy and quick. And that is the second part, I think, as well. It's this set that I'm again using today. It's just such a nicely formulated set. Like I think these are actually peak Chimera. Peak Chimera. The way they blend, the way they soften. You know, they're just, I love them. I use the skin from the Kartachi set a lot, but I wouldn't think that that's as good for me as this set is. Bum, bum. Yeah, I think I might have actually forgotten to finalize my Kickstarter on those. I may have to go and do that this afternoon if I remember. But what I wanted to achieve out of this figure was find my groove again, even if that's a groove of cheating and using the Pizarski set. There's a lot of some of my absolute favorite figures about to be painted in this vampire diorama. Hey Top, are you you're a internet coder of guru skill set, aren't you? You can make things happen with internet code, can't you? Yes, excellent. Uh, how are you at doing the programming on something like an Arduino, which is a little device that you connect LEDs to, and telling it what to do? Is that something you could help me with? Is that out of your bag? Hmm. Well, thank you for volunteering. This should look really cool when I do the airbrush. Should be like, psh, 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 psh. Should look good. One hopes. Excellent. That's the attitude we need. My programming skills extend to HTML back in the day when you used to make websites by coding in fucking Notepad. And I don't remember that much. But I did build a few websites back in the day out of HTML. I even built some for some companies. Yeah, so I'm more talking for the Neon City Cyberpunk project because I want to have a lot of LEDs strobing and all sorts of stuff on that. It'll be fun. Yep. I actually think it's got the potential to be my best project that I ever do. It's in terms of the subject matter, my confidence in building a cool scene. Um, the models themselves are good. Yeah, could be a blessing in disguise that I haven't felt the fire yet. I've 3D printed a whole pile of stuff for it, but okay, Paul. Yeah, I usually try and start between 7 and 7:30 on a Sunday AM. It's my usual start time. So if I sleep in, then Might be later, but usually about this time. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Do 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 do. Glass. Never tried glass. I wonder if that would work. I'll tell you what, the other great thing about streaming, aside from the obvious ego boost, you get a lot of good ideas from the people in chat. I mean, I don't know who it was, but someone came up with the idea of the model sitting in the middle of the diorama for the vampires. It's awesome. It's like I've got 30 brains worth of people looking at it instead of just one. Well, I ordered it from Figone. They shipped it within a couple of days, and it's currently in transit to me. So I reckon we're about 50-50 chance that they've sent the right things. So 50-50 at this stage. Very speedy. I think the only thing that makes me nervous, well, there's two things. There's the fact that it's Figone, and the second is that the website listed 54 mil for some reason, which doesn't sound right because I don't think they ever made a 54 mil version of that or any of their figures, Carl Rudick. But if it is 54 mil, I am fucked. Yep. I hope so. We won't know until it arrives. Said if I only could make a deal with God. Get him to swap our places, be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. All right, buddy, go run up some hills for me. Do a bit of exercise on my behalf. I wonder why this bit looks better than this bit. Is it just because I got that shape better? I think it is. Bum, 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 bum. If I try and just bring it a little bit back, bring it a little bit back to you. Hey, Mini Mansa, welcome. Look out. I think rocket time. Hey, Rocket. Hey, bro. How was your sesh?
It was okay, but I didn't like the instructor.
Oh, no.
Are you on the stream?
Yeah.
I kept talking about how it was Father's Day. I was like, this isn't about you. It's not about you. It's about me.
Yeah, exactly. Who gives a shit that it's Father's Day, hey?
Not me.
I reckon.
I might have run a red light, but I'm not sure. I don't think I did. But it's because there was someone driving dangerously near me. So it wouldn't have been safe to stop.
Cool. Well, if we get a ticket, we get a ticket.
Well, I definitely think I could fight the ticket because this person had a big dog illegally in their tray of their ute. And the tray had the sides down, so it's even more illegal.
Yep.
So don't worry about it. But I actually don't think that I ran it.
I'd be shocked if you did. Shocked.
I worked out how to put my music on in the car, so that was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slapped off. I got in trouble. That's my story. Excuse me.
Hey, Rocket!
Hey, mate.
She's really sick of me doing that. She's like, why do you have to do that? Why are you always saying, hey, Rocket? It's so annoying. Hey, Rocket! Hey, Rocket.
Hey, mate. Okay. Hugo, come here. Come here, buddy. Hi. Hi. Saw some of your old friends at Hamilton. And they suck. And you're so good.
I have not watched it yet, Paulie, so I haven't talked about it. What am I going to do about Rings of Power? Should I watch it? They're doing the week-to-week schedule thing, aren't they? Of course they are. Like, I'm definitely going to watch it. It's just a matter of when. If I wait until the whole series comes out, because I'm not as big a Lord of the Rings boffin as Ben is. Um, I'm cool with waiting. But I might just see how I feel. If I'm looking for a show to watch and I've got some time, I might throw it on and give it a crack. Now, I'm just going to do a little plug. I don't normally plug too much stuff in here. But I watched a video from a YouTube channel called Geordie Paints, and she's in the YouTube creators Discord that I'm a part of. But anyway, the video is fucking awesome. it's the one of the best edited and cut together videos I've seen in a while. Miniac's fucking new videos are legit. Like all of his shots and pans and fucking hell editing, it's mad. That's what I'd like to do. Get him, buddy.
Here you go.
Yeah, it absolutely helps that you have the studio. But irrespective of that, it's still awesome. G'day, Match Fixer.
Chicken. Yeah. Touch my hand. Yeah, I'll put some in your thing.
Boom. Or I might just do a little bit of airbrushing because I'm not sure this is good. Here you go. Why you look sad, buddy? Didn't you just eat some chicken?
I think he's just sleepy.
He looks sad. He's like,
Maybe he wants some chicken.
hmm. Story of my life. Is it on?
Huh?
Hey, Paul.
Have another bit of chicken.
Hey, Paul.
Down. 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 Properly. Down properly. On the floor. Down. Down. Excuse me. Down.
Whoa! Everyone's excited about Rings of Power. Awesome. No, I haven't actually watched it yet, mate. So I have not spoken about it. Is it exciting? Is it something I should make a special effort for? Oh, yeah. It's obviously going to be majestic looking. So wow, awesome. Yeah. Sauron. Forged 9 rings of power. No, it's not 9. 9 for the humans. Well, that's a good question. Hey, Rocket.
Hey, mate.
What are you doing? You having your little coffee?
Yeah, I made like a little omelette with tomatoes and chicken in it.
Beautiful. All right. It's fine. I haven't forgotten all of my skills. My girlfriend agreed with you, Paul.
Huh?
She also thought the Wheel of Time was rubbish. I thought it was fine, and I enjoyed it. I do.
It's not a word I want to describe my TV show with.
But you are banned from having an opinion on TV shows because you like Made in Chelsea. Exactly. Banned.
Hey, little buddy.
Oh, I signed up for David Aroba's Patreon thing on Miniature Art Academy last last night. So I'm planning to dive into that a little bit more detail today in this month. And I'll provide a verdict. But it's very possible that it will be one that I maintain in the same way that I have done with Sergio. I have held Sergio's Patreon since its inception. I'm an early bird Patreon holder for Sergio Calvo Rubio, the great man. Oh, look, Wheel of Time certainly wasn't the next Game of Thrones, which is what it was hoping it would be, or they were hoping it would be. It was slightly better. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Jet. It was slightly better than the average tripe. Special effects was significantly better. The average sort of fantasy story you're watching, just like, this sucks so much. It was better than that, but it had some pretty big flaws. But I think that's because they're trying to adapt possibly one of the most elaborate and ambitious book series ever. You know, when they started doing Game of Thrones, it was 4 books, 5 books, and it was a monumental effort. Wheel of Time's 14 books, and based on how much money they spent on Game of Thrones, I think there is no TV show that can run for 14 seasons. Just not possible. So their only option was to try and condense it, and they've still aimed for 8. 8's ambitious. Think about how many TV shows get 8 seasons. Not many, if any. Not many, if any. How many dudes you know got skills to go and rock a show like this? I don't know anybody. Check to the mic. Check 1, 2. Are you hype yet? Supernatural ran for 12. Definitely ran for at least 12. Might have even been 14 or 15. Buffy, 7 seasons. But think about the difference in how much the budget. Yeah, exactly. Think of how much budget Wheel of Time's cranking. Think how much budget Game of Thrones. I mean, the entire reason why Game of Thrones turned to shit is because of the budget. They couldn't afford to do 10 episodes of a season in the last couple of seasons because it would have cost them too much money because of the actors. It was just bogged down by the weight of its own success. And TV shows back in the era of those ones you're talking about was a vastly different landscape. I mean, Netflix didn't even exist back then, so I've heard that to be the case, and I'm sure there's an element of that, but I would think that the chicken came before the egg. I would think that they probably were told you can only do 7 episodes because we don't have money for it. Probably would have come before they were like, well, fuck this noise, we're out. G'day, Jared. I'm not sure. I am not sure. And I doubt we'll ever really know the full story. But it's a shame that a show that was basically a cultural phenomenon that probably changed the landscape of fantasy television for the better ended in such a meek fashion in terms of that quote, this is how democracy dies,
No, mate.
with a whimper, however that one goes. I'm sure you will know. Except replace democracy with whatever the fucking show was, Game of Thrones. Mate, this is from Limbo Miniatures. It's called, what the fuck is his name? Bogart or something. I don't remember his name. He'll come to me. I don't think the money was anywhere near close to what they needed it to be. It was a victim of its own success. Like, you think about Amelia Clark and Kit Harington, they were nobodies in the first season, absolute nobodies. In the last season, they were commanding like $4 million an episode. Even if their budget went up, it's not an unlimited pool, right? In terms of the size of the ensemble for that show, they would have spent more on actors in the last season than the budget of some major TV shows. Just on actors, not special effects. So, yeah. Like I'm always too optimistic for my own good, but I don't think the writers are entirely to blame. I don't think that those two guys would have just been like, yeah, fuck this show. We've got what we wanted out of this. Now we can turn it into a fucking career in Star Wars. Because I don't care what Hollywood's like. If it's anything like a normal job where reputation matters and your work ethic is, yeah, I just don't think they would have just gone bloop, see ya. But yeah, optimistic of me. G'day Nurgle Matthew, g'day Broadside. Welcome friends. I'm just going to zoom out so you can see this base, which is quite a large one. It's a tree with an owl, and it looks really cool. And he's going to stand there striding underneath the tree. What colour should I do the cloak and or the base? No, it's Merlin's, I think. Does Valkyrie have an owl? I remember Valkyrie having an owl. Purple? Yep, purple's always a strong option. Well, I'll answer that question by saying it's absolutely worth subscribing to Amazon Prime for. It's only $7, and you get free shipping on Prime stuff, which is awesome. And you can then spend that Prime subscription that you get for free on your friendly local Big Deno. There's some other shows that are with it on there. Good Omens is very good. Carnival Row was awesome fun that I liked a lot. I think second season is probably due soon. I might look that up right now because I liked that show a lot. Oh, and The Expanse. Yeah, The Expanse is entirely on there. And if you haven't watched The Expanse, you need to subscribe right now and start watching The Expanse. It's possibly the best show I watched on television ever. Hey, Rocket.
What was that?
The Expanse.
For a bit, and then got a bit too outrageous.
It got outrageous, apparently, Rocket reckons, but no, it didn't get outrageous. It got unbelievable. Rocket is wrong. Season 2. Season 2 of Carnival Row. Oh, according to Deadline, Carnival Row Season 2 is scheduled to be released in 2022. That's good. Cool. Oh, Paul doesn't think that fucking Expanse is good either. You and Rocket are on the same page today, Paul.
It's the acting. The acting was really bad.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
Same with Wheel of Time, the acting was terrible.
Wheel Time, the acting was
Bad.
acceptable. Rosamund Pike is not famous. She's about as famous as I am, mate. Yep. No, I can't get on board with you, Paul. The Expanse was yeah, I think it's the best show I've ever watched. It definitely had a lull, but that lull was not season 2 for me. Season 2 was unreal. Season 2 introduced Bobby Draper. Okay, Bobby. Well, you're entitled to feel however you feel, even if that is wrong. And it is. Lick the bowl. Hugo is like having a child. He just sits there complaining, wanting to eat the bowl. It's coming round again, slowly creeping in. Time in its command. Soon enough it comes, settles in its place. It's a shadow in my day, dignified remain. This life, well, it's slipping right through my hands. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. Control, well, it's slipping right through my hands. These days turned out nothing like I had planned. Ooh. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, hopefully we'll pull it together even more with some good airbrushing. Rocket is actually a very good singer, and she has agreed to sing on stream multiple times, haven't you, Rocket? You agreed to sing on stream, haven't you? That was a very soon, maybe, she said. Soon enough it comes. Here it is again. Fuck, how good a powder finger, eh? I just want to wish you well. Welcome, follow, tip and swing. Take cue from the slightest thing. First impression never lasts. Response they all so fast. Where is this future burning bright? Your past is holding on so tight. Never love one now. I just wanna wish you well. I think it's important sometimes to try models like this, which are all metal, and really have to think about all of those little reflections, and how does this element talk to the other elements, and there's lots of light that needs to bounce around on this all over, and if you don't get that right, and it doesn't look like metal. This bit down here is not quite right yet, so we need to add some deeper shadows in there. These bits look right, but this bit not so much. So it's just it's a fun challenge to have. And really test out your non-metal metallic, as Andy likes to call it. I haven't yet I will, after I've done all of my airbrushing, I'll bring in some pure white. For your very final highlights, I do. Who told you that? Was that Andy? Andy hates pure white. I would trust him over me, mate. But yeah, I go up to white. G'day, chase that feeling. Yeah, you definitely use white as a mix, but pure white on a figure is very, very rarely the right option. Your peak highlights on non-metallic metal is one of the only times the little white dot of reflection in the eye. So you build up enough contrast on that. That's about all. I have a problem that I use it all the time because I just want to see that really big contrast from light to dark. Like as an example, the color that I'm using right now is a mixture of a grey and a pastel yellow. How close is it? Yeah, I might even just turn this down a smidge. I know that's focus. Stand by. Just going to turn the exposure down a touch. Just do a tiny little bit of black lining. Good one. Yeah, $7 a month, mate. It's the best value one out of all of them, I think. And hey, if you happen to throw a few bucks Dano's way from your Prime subscription, we appreciate it as a collective. Hugo, Rocket, and myself. Our nuclear family. Do you hear that, Rocket?
No,
We're a family, you, me, and Hugo.
I've said that before. Are you trying to trigger me?
That's pretty much my goal in life, isn't it? I think Jared may already be a subscriber, mate. He's a kind of generous lover. A kind of generous man. Enjoy, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow. Happy Father's Day. This is looking pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. I definitely do, my friend. Let's do it. As soon as I finish this airbrushing. All right. Send the photos through. Awesome. 1:1 scale. Mad. Control, well, it's slipping right through my hands. 1:1 scale. Without knowing what it is, if it's a bust, that'd be cool. 1:1 scale, full size head. Wonder. Find out very soon, I guess. All right, let's have a look. I'm excited. I don't even know how to critique two-dimensional art. I love it. It's really cool. What is it, oils or acrylics? Looks like acrylics. Oils, cool. Yeah, it's way out of my bag, mate. I haven't done 2D painting in a long, long time. But if I sort of try and replicate some of the feedback I normally give on figures, I think you'll really want to make sure that that face is the focal point. And I think probably some of the looks like cold blue lighting might need to be replicated a little bit more in her face area. But Yeah, it's really cool. I'd probably try and add some wood grain and or like I don't know, some patterns on the corset. I think that'd be cool. Just a little bit of extra, detail. I think when you have, because that chest area in the face has got nice detail. When you have a large flat surface like that, something small just to break it up, it'd be cool. It's awesome, mate. I don't know how to rip you apart for that when there's no way in a million years I could do anything like that. So bully for you, my friend. Congrats. No, I don't think I could, mate. That's wizardry. Absolute wizardry. Sure, buddy. I missed you last time, and I am apologetic for that, but at the same time, I'm not. So, give me the link. I was in the zone. Link me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, baby, baby. How was I supposed to know? Something wasn't right, yeah. Yeah. Well, the question you have to ask yourself is what are you wanting to achieve out of your painting? And if the answer to that question is have a great time, then you're the only one who can answer if you achieved it. If your answer is because I want to be a good painter, you haven't achieved it. And I feel like you're better than this. However, the face is the highlight of the figure and the eyes as well. That's probably the only element that I think is done well. Some aspects of the skin are also done well. This forearm down here, but the white is an awful color to paint, and it's hard to get it looking smooth. You haven't achieved it here. this bit is all sorts of wrong in terms of lighting and in terms of separating those elements, where you're trying to go for sheer cloth, or because if you were, it's super tricky. But the thing I think lets it down most is the hair. You could have got away with a lot of the other stuff if you had have nailed the hair a little bit better. So hair is really glossy, and you need to have little spots of light indicating that glossiness, and it almost needs to be done like non-metallic metal when you have, you know, big lights and big deep shadows. It's just the wrong color. It's the wrong approach of highlighting it, and I think that lets it down the most, because if you got the hair right and you got the face right, which you have, then you would have had a nice frame, and everything else sort of would have just got a little bit ignored. But as it is, I think the hair detracts from the face. The sheer fabric is a really fun thing to try and learn. You've actually, if that's the case, then you've done okay here. But down here you haven't done as well. Swings and roundabouts, mate. You've made a few steps forward there. The face is definitely very good, and the eyes are great. So that's a good. But keep chipping away, mate. Keep chipping away. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Not everything is going to be your best. Not every time will you crank out a piece. There you go. That's one of the best things I've ever painted. However, as long as every time you walk away going, I learned something new from that project, then I think you are still holding yourself in good stead. Hey, Rocket.
Good boy. All right.
Washing. Hey, Rocket. I think what we might do for this shield is just go a little bit not non-metallic metal. Or should we just lean in? Should we just embrace this chaos of non-metallic metal and just go?
My mom's gonna be late today. I might come over with you for lunch.
Cool.
Yeah, pull my dad.
Is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, baby, baby. Doom, doom, doom. Yeah, I think we lean in. Lean in, Dano. Um,
Well, actually, that means we can watch the game.
yeah. What time is it? The game?
12.
12. Cool. You tell him, buddy. Well done, mate. Well done. What an achievement. All right, bro.
I could have put my sparklings in there.
We're just making this up as we go along, great people, so I just know there's a tree on this side of the figure, so I might add a little bit of green into it or something. Hey, Rocket.
Hey, mate.
Well, we are coming up on the end of the stream today, friends. It is a beautiful Sunday morning, and I am pretty pleased with how this piece is coming along. Yeah, I'm not sure if I feel really confident in my non-metallic metals at the moment. And so that's one of the reasons I picked this model to paint, because I don't feel confident and I would like to. So we're all learning as we go. My pipes are always ready for a parting song, mate. What can I sing for you, mate? Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to greet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow. Bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Edelweiss, 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 every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to greet me. Thank you, mate. G'day, Barclay House. Ooh, very cool Tarkur. I love the colours in the metal. I think the gold is spot on. Really nice colour palette. I think maybe the approach of the lighting on the scale mail is just slightly wrong. So I think you need to broaden the light as it goes down. And so the bottom part of the skirt will have a slightly wider light reflection than the top, and that's because the bottom is a slightly wider shape than the top. So the light will sort of follow that direction of curve. But I really love the colors. Yeah, yeah, that'll be sick. And you haven't reflected any of the red into the metal outside of the spear. So I want to look at just adding a few little Bobby Dazzlers of that in there as well. Yeah, I think the spear is the coolest bit. You're welcome. What can I say? You're welcome. Yeah, I think the spear's awesome. Hey, hey, you go. buddy. Hugo's protecting us. G'day, Visceral. Well, this is actually the sword from the Green Knight from the Camelot range. So it's got vines and stuff on it. He had a mace. I don't remember what this guy's name is, but he had a mace. Betrogard, that's it. Betrogard. Yeah, I didn't like the mace. Actually, I liked the mace, but I didn't feel like I wanted to paint a mace with all of the non-metallic metal shapes that it already had. I was like, I'm going to do something different. So I looked in my box and there was that. So that will do fine. Yeah. At some point, I mean, for sure. At some point, I've got to make a decision about when I'm going to retire and become a full-time professional diorama maker. Surely that's my calling in life, isn't it? I reckon it is anyway. When I win the lottery, that is when I'll do it. That is when I'll retire and make cool dioramas all the time. Thanks, Old Manchu Warrior. At this point in time, mate, the only real placement rule that I'm following is trying to think about how light is going to reflect, and so the shield is rounded, right? So it's this sort of shape, and so the ground, which is the red reflections, is mostly going to catch this lower area, with a few other little reflective spots. The tree, which is off to the side, is mostly going to catch these side bits, and then the light, which is the blue sky, is mostly going to catch the top. That's literally the only rules that I'm following at this point in time. But there's more little sort of bounce lights that I'm incorporating as well, and then you know, the elements of the fact that I want it to be more than just plain and basic. So I'm adding more little sort of swirls of light. Oh, awesome, Old Manchu Warrior. I've done a few military models, but I actually am going to do a military diorama this year for the Queensland Model Hobby Expo next year, I've decided. Well, they're sort of random, but Cujo did a really good video on non-metallic metal on flat surfaces, right? And you have these little bouncing lights, right? So if there's a light here, then there'll be another little light that bounces a little bit further down. Well, that's a lot harder to do on these sort of surfaces, right? So the way that I replicate that on these sort of surfaces is by doing these little swirls. Like the light's sort of just like swirling around, bouncing off this. I don't know if I'm the right person to be asking non-metallic metal advice. So much of the shit that I do is just like, this will look cool. Good boy. Thanks for coming here. G'day, Defined B-Day. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription. I am. I am indeed Australian. From the beautiful town of Brisbane in Queensland. Honestly, I don't think there's one answer to non-metallic metal. I wish there was, because then I could just dissect it and learn it forever. But you know, you see Kirill do something with non-metallic metal, and you think, yeah, you're a weirdo, Kirill. I don't know how you do that. And it's breaking every other rule. Ah, awesome. There's quite a few ex-military in the miniature world, isn't there? Yeah, at Queensland Model Hobby Expo. There's a couple of ex-army guys who paint figures and stuff. Willis, yeah, Kittles, 200-page, not enough. What you talking about, Willis? Poor little Hugo. There's some dogs barking down the street, and he's just losing it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, just on full rampage mode. Rampage! Ah, well, what you talk about, Private Willis? Yep. Evidently, I've committed to doing this shield before I finish up stream. So I guess that's what we're doing. Alright, let's do... No, it's too early to airbrush, Dano. Use a little bit of yellow first. I actually think this figure would have been better, or this would have been better served with a non-metallic metal shield. Like, I think having these little elements in like black or red or something would have actually made for a better end result. Just feels like there's a lot of the same. Let's wait and see, I guess. We might pull it out of the fire. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, greet me. So white, clean and bright. The Testers HSO figure kits. I don't know that I can say I have seen those. No. What does HSO stand for? Oh, no, I don't believe I have. Yeah. No, I don't believe I've seen anything of the sort. I have seen I've seen like garage kits and stuff. I've actually painted a couple of those, but never familiar with that. you really you just have no idea how much of a different challenge it poses. You made a great decision magnetizing it, mate, to be able to paint it. It's so fucking hard to paint something that big. Your arm gets tired. It's wild. Because I did that Industria Mechanica, I think it was a 1:8 scale chick with a massive gun. Geez, it was awesome, but fuck, it was massive. Artist oils, yeah. I've not tried oils yet. I would like to at some point. Have some that I bought for that purpose. But I haven't got around to using them yet. I will at some point. Hmm. Yeah, I've watched. There's a Russian painter. His name is Dmitry Faseshko, and he did a couple of videos on blending with oils, which I watched, and I was very impressed with them. I thought, wow, what an amazing product. Drumner, I have entered Golden Demon. I have actually won a Golden Demon. Thank you for following Old Man Chew. I have a bronze. Look my name up on that website that they have for all Golden Demon winners. But that's the Australian Golden Demon, so doesn't really count. But would I enter in this day and age? Well, I've put together a figure to paint after this one. And it is this figure right here. Bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum. Yeah. A button to the spoiler. So that model, obviously not that one, but the original Abaddon is one of the figures that I had in my collection many years ago when I first started playing Warhammer 40k. It was one of the first metal figures that I purchased. It was awesome. I have extremely nostalgic feelings towards that character. Was it the Vader music? Or was it Ride of the Valkyries? Dun, 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 dun. I think it was Ride of the Valkyries. Yeah, he's one of my absolute all-time favorite characters. Thanks, Katarina. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I don't know if any of you have read the Dresden Files, but there is a number of references to that song in the Dresden Files. And one particular character flies a helicopter and blares out that song. And it's awesome. Yo, Buxy! No, I don't believe there is a golden demon in Oz. Anymore. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hope it will be valuable. There is indeed a crimson brush, yes. Look top. I'll let that one slide because Ian asked permission before he named it that. He messaged me, he was like, hey man, I'm really inspired by everything that you do and I want to be more like you, and can I call my competition the Emerald Brush after what you do? I was like, I'll allow it. I've been there many times. I love the UK. Favorite places to visit. That's an unironic statement as well. My girlfriend and I love it there. Harry Potter studio tour. It's unreal. G'day. Abe, what's happening, champion? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, just a cheeky little non-metallic metal Bobby Dazzler. In a, just a lazy 3 hours. Just normal big dinner. Yeah, old Manchu. I have a pretty firm philosophy on painting because I want to paint and not for competitions or anything like that. because I don't paint competitions. I paint for relaxing and enjoyment. So I'm supportive of your approach. I'm also struggling with it, mate. I think my advice is to keep chipping away, practicing new things. Happy Father's Day, Bucks. Indeed. Yeah, it's interesting what judges go for in some cases. Yeah, this one's coming out alright so far. Hello, Durst Roman. What is the plan for tomorrow's stream, mate? Well, we haven't received any vampires yet, so we'll probably continue with this guy unless you're ready to start building our orc diorama, mate. Nice. NMM stands for non-metallic metal. It's where you attempt to replicate the effect of metallic surface without using metallic paints. It's a traditional painting technique that was used back in the day by painters who couldn't actually paint with metallic paints because such a thing did not exist. But it's become more popular in miniature painting over the last few years. I do have some somewhere. Yeah, greys, whites, or like in this case, is a variety of different colors in this one. So haven't watched it yet, buddy. Haven't watched it yet, buddy. Gold is a fair bit easier, I think, because there's no other colors that you need in it to make it look right. Steel, for it to look right, you almost have to include other colors. Of dragon rings. Power of dragons. Thank you, mate. Let's zoom out so you can see what it looks like from there. Yeah, that looks pretty metallic to me. This bit not so much yet, but we'll get there. Hope that I, at some point in the future, can also say that I've been modelling for 50 years. Truly, that's an inspiration, mate. Well done. Very passionate about this hobby. I've been for many years, but 50 years is a big achievement. Bucks, I figured out a solution to the QMHE problem. You know how I was like, this is so annoying, I'm going to have to be involved. I figured it out. I just enter the diorama categories. I just don't enter figures. I'll judge figures and busts, and I just keep doing my dioramas. not as sharp as you are, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, it's weird that it's such like a Friday. Let's go through it. It's so funny. Yeah, it's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Figures, busts, wargaming. Yep.
Humans are like self-destructive.
Yep. That's the go. I don't think I have done 135th. Hang on. It's 135th, 75 mil. Maybe I have.
Like I thought that's because I would never
Yeah, 54. Okay. I haven't done too many 54 mil dioramas. Most of the stuff I do is 75 mil. Uh, yeah, see you Rex. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I think 1 to 24 is about 75 mil. Uh, I haven't done a car diorama, but there's a couple of miniature modelers who've incorporated cars into dioramas with figures like this, and I'd like to try that at some point. I've just added a little bit of purple into this highlight colour. I don't know why. Pastel purple, because it's here. All right, so tomorrow, Party Monday, we are back. We are painting more on this guy, probably his base, probably maybe even finishing him off based on how well we've gone today. Who knows? Yeah, most of the dioramas I do are fantasy or medieval sort of dioramas. Done some. Here, let me show you one I've done. Here's one I prepared earlier. Uh, there's been some painters who've done some combination things where they've brought cars into thing. I mean, Arnel Lazaro did one a few years ago, which was like a Mad Max style thing where he had a car and he put cyberpunk chick on it. Roman Lepart's done a whole pile of similar stuff. So, but I don't know that anyone's done anything specifically uh, like Sucker Punch style, you know, with the World War II and fantasy stuff. All right, friends, I am definitely calling it a day right now. There we go. That guy, pretty good. So we'll do some more airbrushing, which will hopefully harmonize all the layers, and then we'll do a little bit of glint, some light glints, and I think that metal is looking pretty good. Well, yeah, be yeah, doing some different stuff. Party Monday, probably doing this cloak and some other elements. Maybe we'll do the base as well. Start painting the base. That will be a cool diorama. Manchu, I am currently rereading a book called FAQ Dioramas by AK Interactive for inspiration and ideas, and it's made me want to do a diorama of World War II stuff as well. Really stretch the skill set out. Bob Letterman. I will. All right. Done. Cool. Let's find someone to raid, friends. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Live channels, miniature figures. I have no idea why, but I'm not able to sort by. Ridiculous. Why is there no miniature figures? There we go. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Jerry, some Hero Quest, awesome. What's Saturday Scrapper doing here? What are you doing, buddy? This is a 40k model, and it is a 1080p stream, which we love to see. Iron Ant's painting a Captain Marvel. How's his stream quality?
Go to the paint glass. Go to the magnification.
Yeah, let's go raid onto Iron Ant. Awesome. All right, friends. Well, I'll catch you for Party Monday if you are going to join me then. And if you are not, that's A-OK. And I appreciate all of you anyway. We will be off to visit Iron Ant and have a wonderful afternoon, friends. Enjoy your Father's Day, if it is Father's Day for you all. Goodbye.
Like, it's not completely gone, but like there's definitely a brush with a sharp